Okay, so we've all had that one teacher, you know? That weird old guy that nobody likes, you know? The one who has, like, the hair all up around the sides of his head, you know? He's got that weird old comb over, trying to look like he's 20. But for some reason, you know, it's just that old guy that he's never happy no matter what you do, you know? I could walk into class and he'd be like, hey, what up, man? Here's $1 million. And he'll be like, oh, hey, you need to sit down and I'm gonna give you a test, or if you don't stop talking, I'm just gonna get my cane and smack you in the face, boy. You know, for no reason at all. It's like he just looks at you and he automatically hates you. And unfortunately for me, in my sophomore year, that's the kind of teacher that I had. See, now, I know I had a little bit of a history with teachers getting in trouble in school, you know, because in middle school I was a bad kid. You know, high school, I decided to change myself for the better. Well, this guy, every time he looked at me, he saw the devil. It's like, he just looked at me, he's like, alright, let's see, student's name, Alex Paul, looked at date of birth, he's like, oh, that's nice, and then he looked right under it, and for some reason, he just sees in parentheses right there, the devil. Because apparently to him, I was the devil. I was like Satan. Every time I walked into that class, you know, it felt like it got a little bit hotter. You know, he was just staring at me. He had that dead stare, you know, just blank stare, just looking right at me like, okay, hi, how are you? My name's Alex. It's nice to meet you. And he would just tell me, sit down. You know, every time I tried to talk to this guy, just didn't want to talk to me. Couldn't tell you why. Have absolutely no idea. I remember the day he introduced himself. This guy walked up in the classroom, just staring with a blank stare, just walking forward, you know, he had his back tilted back, hand in the air, looking like Hitler walking up to his podium and standing there. You know, didn't even say good morning, didn't even say hello class, didn't say anything like that. However, it was the moment he got to his podium that I realized not only did he walk like Hitler, not only did he stand like Hitler, not only was his mustache like Hitler's, but he was Hitler. You see, this guy didn't blink. He just kind of stood there. You know, for a second I thought he was dead. I was going to go snap in his face like, hey, sir, wake up. Sir. But then I thought about it again, and I thought, well, I kind of want to go home for my first day of my sophomore year, alive. And as I was coming up with all these crazy concoctions of things I could do inside of my mind, he finally spoke, and it wasn't just a normal good morning class, it was
oh, hello there, class, how are you doing today? My name is Mr. Hitler.
Or at least that's what I heard when he talked. Now, this guy's name was Mr. Hilltop, which I found very ironic because Hilltop and Hitler, that is almost similar. I'm pretty sure that's the same amount of letters. However, Hilltop, Hitler, and Satan are all about the same exact letters, so kind of makes sense. Now, to continue the strong bond that me and Mr. Hilltop were creating between one another, as he was in the midst of talking, my phone went off. You know, it wasn't a normal just text message tone like, you know, da-ding, you know, it wasn't anything like that. No. Of course, why would it be? It was more of a, hey, your phone's going off, your phone's going off. And, you know, like every other kid in school, you know, I kind of looked around me, I looked behind me, kid next to me, looked to my left side, hey, is your phone going off? You know, I was just looking everywhere, trying to make of any excuse I could think of to focus his attention away from me. However, looking around just made me look even more dumb in front of all these kids, didn't even know, in front of the teacher I had just met who already did not like me, because of the fact my phone was in the corner of my desk, lighting up very bright, shining bright like a diamond, as one would say. So from this point on, I tried to play it off. I thought it would be like every other teacher, you know, it's the first day of school, cut the kid a break, wasn't his fault, he'll remember tomorrow, summer just got over, it's no big deal. But no, that was not the luck I had. I was a silly rabbit and those tricks were not for kids this day. Because as I'm in the middle of apologizing and telling him that it was my alarm going off, this is kind of how it went. Yes, Mr. Hilltop, I'm sorry about that. Oh, no, you are not sorry about anything. You need to go to the office right now. You need to go give them your phone. You need to go get in trouble right now. I will call the office. You better be there within the next 10 minutes. And like I said, this is the first day of my sophomore year. So I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to just get up and say, okay, sir, I'm sorry. No. I decided to be that guy. I decided to be the guy to get up and say, well, guess what? A big ol' birdie to you. And then I threw up another birdie, and they were just flying all over the room. There was a lot of birds in the room, and then suddenly an elephant appeared in the corner. And that was the moment that the bond that Mr. Hilltop and I have formed ever so strongly had been corrupted. See, I've never been more scared to say anything like that or to do anything like that to a teacher in my entire life until the day that I walked into class and I realized Hitler was my teacher. Now, the only good that arose from this situation is that everybody thought that I was the coolest kid in class. Because if you're like me, you know that as soon as someone does that and leaves the classroom, you're going to talk about that for the rest of the day, maybe even the rest of the year. You're like, hey, you remember that one cool cat that flicked off the teacher at the beginning of the year? They're going to be like, yeah, I remember that. And then Hitler's going to step in like, don't talk about me or I will kill you all. And let's just say from this point out that history for the rest of the year was definitely a fun class. And also a semester I had to retake. Anyways, guys, thank you all so very much for watching the first installment of High School Stories. I really appreciate the support, guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are doing so much to me, and like I said, guys, I am coming back bigger and better than I ever have before. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash the crap out of that like button. Not just for me, not just for you, not just for YouTube, but for all the pandas out there living in the Chinese rainforest. Give it a favorite, share it with one of your friends, and also, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys aren't already, follow me on Twitter, follow our Facebook page. That's all in the description below for updates. And thank you all so very much for watching. And as always, guys, I am the one, I am the only, I am the Axe Tech here from Crooked Gamers, back from the grave. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my